Hey everyone, welcome to Win the Day, 5 minutes in the Bible with me, your coach, Pastor Nat. Our mission here at Back to the Bible is to move you closer to Jesus every day. And to help you do that, today we're going to talk about how to share hope. Atheist Penn Jillette recorded a video where he said, "How much must you hate someone to not proselytize them?" Now, I want us to think about this. An atheist is advocating for evangelism. But if you're like me, you're thinking, okay, but what's the backstory? Well, you may not know this, but Penn Jillette is a famous magician of the duo Penn and Teller. Well, these men go out to the lobby after their shows to do autographs and pictures. Well, one attendee approached Penn with a Bible and a personal note. Well, this man shared his faith with Penn. This act of sincerity and kindness, it shook him up. This man was willing to share hope with an unlikely candidate for receiving it. Now, though Penn rejected the message, the seed was planted. That is what we are called to do as well. Share hope. Peter gave us the same challenge in 1 Peter 3:15. Instead, you must worship Christ as Lord of your life. And if someone asks about your hope as a believer, always be ready to explain it. But do this in a gentle and respectful way. Now, this is the apologist's favorite verse. Always be ready to make an answer or a defense. Be ready to explain why we have hope. So if someone came up to you today and said, "Why are you so joyful?" Or "Why are you so generous?" Could you give them a clear answer more than just that Jesus answer? Now, Jesus is the right answer, don't hear me wrong. But it doesn't really tell the story. We are called to give a reason, a defense, an explanation for the hope. That's one way to share hope with the lost. Now, sometimes sharing hope is in sharing our story of God rescuing us from our sin. You may have been rescued from some pretty bad situations and habits. But sometimes sharing hope is sharing a testimony of God's faithfulness in your life. It's recounting those God moments that no human effort can explain. Sometimes it's in the sharing of our struggles with doubt, but how your faith has been strengthened through it. Other times, it's by engaging others by asking questions, such as, what challenges are you facing right now? What's bringing you joy? Who is God? What is it that you believe? What are your thoughts on Jesus? Now, sometimes it's not just asking questions, it's being intentional about your answers. Even when it's answering the question of, what are your plans for the weekend? Or what do you think about what's happening in the world today? These are huge opportunities for sharing faith, for sharing hope. We simply need to be open and ready. So here's my challenge for you today. Be prepared. If someone asked you for your story, what would you say? How could you weave the gospel into that story? If someone is struggling in life, how can a story of God's faithfulness address their issue? When opportunities arise, what are the questions you can ask people to discover where they are spiritually? One of the easiest ways I share hope is by sharing our Go Tandem app with people. What I do is I give them a 7-day challenge to try the app for 7 days. And if they become closer to God, then stick with it. You see, there are so many ways. You just need to try something to share hope. When we open up our lives, when we try something and we share hope, friend, you know it, we all win the day.